Hey, Quadros! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you guys are joining me for another video. Today, guys, it's a devlog. We got a nice little devlog for y'all today. It's going to be a good time. We're getting some news on the weapons and vehicles of the next update, and they're also clarifying that the next update will indeed be the long-awaited new progression and transformation of the game, otherwise known as the merge. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, to put it very lightly, the merge is going to be changing from our linear progression to a tech tree based progression, a la like War Thunder, if you guys have played that. And it's going to be, instead of campaigns, we are going to have factions. So instead of grinding out Normandy allies, Tunisia allies, Berlin allies, so on and so forth, you just play as the Western allies, the Soviets, the Germans, or the Japanese. And hopefully more factions in the future. But there's a lot that goes into that. If you guys want to see all that information, click the card in the top right and watch my video on that. Today's video is just going to be going over the new stuff. Very cool. And then wanted to clarify again, this stuff is going to be in the tech tree. It's not going to be at the end of the campaign tree like we've seen in the past. So you're going to be able to get your hands on this a lot faster depending on how much you've leveled these respective campaigns. Now, the Japanese are the big winners of this. Makes the most sense. They've lacked a lot in terms of the general kind of stuff they've had. So you can see here they're getting the D4Y1, which is a dive bomber with a massive 500 kg bomb. I was thinking about it earlier, and I don't think there's anything in the game except the Stuka. And I could be wrong about that. You guys should clarify with me on that one. Someone double check for me. But I think only the Stuka and the Stuka variant, right? Like the second Stuka you get in Moscow. I think that is the only plane in the game that has a 500 kg bomb outside of this one. And I could be wrong. That might just be 250. But I think it's 500. It is, regardless, it is a massive, massive bomb. Okay, so that's going to be pretty brutal to see. Imagine you're in, you know, the little AA half track and this thing lands like on the other side of the map. It's going to blow you to smithereens. It's just that big. And then we've got the KI-61I. Hey? High? It's probably high. Anyway, it's another fighter plane. It's got two 12.7 millimeters and two 20 mils. So pretty nice. Got also a pair of 100 kg bombs. So that's nice. You can take out some tanks. In the Pacific, a lot of the vehicles are very lightly armored, so these 20 millimeters are probably going to do pretty good. I know I do a lot of strafes with the Zero in the Pacific, so we'll be able to see that do pretty well. And then the big winners, the tanks. Okay, Japan's finally getting some serious heavy-hitting tanks. You get the Ho-Ni, which is a 75 millimeter self-propelled artillery tank. Absolutely amazing penetration, and I'm sure powerful HE with that 75 millimeter. So you're going to be loving this thing. Probably this is going to be higher tier, I'd imagine. You'll unlock it with the Tanker 2 squad. So that's what they said. And then the Chiha short gun, which those of you, again, that have played War Thunder will know all about this thing. This thing fires. It is a 120 millimeter shell and caliber, I suppose, and just absolutely, it's a naval gun. Okay, it's a Navy short gun. This thing is ridiculous. Look how stubby it is. Okay, look at this stupid thing. It is going to just lob HE like none other. Okay, it's gonna blast people to pieces. And then we've got the Chi Nu. The Chi Nu, it's a medium tank. It's probably it's a great medium tank. It looks like 75 millimeter cannon, longer. It looks like this one. Looks like it's the same cannon, maybe. I'm not sure, but it has a machine gun on it. I'm sure it has a decent amount of armor, but it's going to be, I think, probably on par with like a Sherman, right? I think it's going to be able to take on Shermans, blow up Shermans, so on and so forth. Japanese are also getting a Type 99 and the Type 2 SMG, both weapons that we've seen before. I imagine these are probably going to be the kind of unlocks that lead into the folder of the alternate weapons. So, you know, we already have the Type 2A in the game, so we'll probably get the Type 2A in a folder with the Type 2 SMG. And then for the allies, they get a little bit of stuff. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping we'd be getting more stuff. Like, I really thought we'd be getting a huge amount of content with this, but it looks like that's not the case, unfortunately. But you know, that's all right. But we will be getting the Lag 311, which is it's a Soviet fighter. You know, got the 20 millimeter Shvak autocannon and a 12.7 millimeter machine gun as well. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I like calling it the Shvak. Kind of fun. I love what they say here too. Your cannon should be able to penetrate armored vehicles from above. Real aces never miss. That's hilarious. And then of course the 105 Sherman. Okay, the M4A3 105 Sherman. It's got a howitzer on it. I'm sure we'll get like heat shells or something like that. But just a Sherman through and through. You know, 105 millimeter. I mean, a 105 millimeter shell slapping the side of a tank is going to blow it up regardless of if it penetrates or not, right? Just the concussive force alone is going to turn everybody inside to mush. So you don't really need any kind of penetration with this thing, but it'll be fun to use this thing regardless. I like that we're getting some of these kind of like more self-propelled guns as opposed to kind of just straight tanks that we've gotten most of the time. I like stuff like the Scott. I like seeing a little bit more variety in the vehicles, so I'm glad that those are coming in. And then they said, keep following the news. Major update is coming soon. If you guys want more news and consistent news, make sure you guys join our community Discord and follow on Twitch. And make sure as well, of course, to subscribe and like this video, because I'll be doing updates and, you know, the news gets put in our community Discord and all that stuff. So make sure you guys are in that. Make sure you're following and all that good stuff for all the updates, so you don't miss anything like that, and you're able to prepare for this major update, because it will absolutely change the game. I'll try to get a video out here soon over what you should do to prepare for the major update as soon as I can. So keep an eye out for that as well. But without anything else, guys, thanks again for watching. Let me know what you guys think about these vehicles, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.